welcome back to Open, everyone. Don't forget to get social with us. That's right. Tweet us at BronxNetTV, and while you're there, tweet me too at Rhina Valentin. Our next guest is an explorer and cultural detective who specializes in investigating indigenous traditions and historical mysteries around the world. Recently, he's been listed as one of the most adventurous people in the world right now by Men's Journal, and now he is part of a new television series entitled Unexplained and Unexplored. The show captures expert researchers that solve mysteries using both ancient maps and cutting-edge technology. Let's take a sneak peek of Unexplained and Unexplored.
It's just mind-blowing.
Prospectors, explorers have searched for this mine for well over 100 years. Whoa.
This is a harsh habitat. It's clearly a place that hasn't been explored.
If you look at this map, it's an alternative history of the United States.
We have ourselves a large dugout canoe. It's unbelievable. This map may hold a key. This might not be a legend or a myth. This might be historic fact.
Unexplained and Unexplored. All new Sunday at 10 on Science and Sci-Go.
Here now to share more about the show, please welcome co-host of Unexplained and Unexplored, Justin Fornal. Hello.
Hello, Rhina.
Welcome back.
It's great to be here. You look stunning today.
Oh,
this is
thank
a
you.
wonderful color ensemble.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. It's my birthday.
And absolutely, happy birthday.
Thank you, darling.
I hope we will get a chance to celebrate.
Yeah, well, of course we will.
In the studio and out of the studio, of course.
Right, out of the studio, of course. And I just want to say, and I want to reintroduce you to our viewers because, well, Baron Ambrosia, in case you guys didn't know.
Of course,
He's Baron Ambrosia. And, well, you laid him to rest quite some time ago. You killed him with a coffin and all. But Baron Ambrosia started here as Bronx Flavor as a segment inside of Open Fridays. And I just want to share that with our viewers because I think a lot of people perceive you or perceived you as being this person that was into culinary when, in fact, you've always been about exploration.
Of course, yeah. Now, Baron Ambrosia was a character I played on Bronx Flavor, and then later the Culinary Adventures of Baron Ambrosia on the Cooking Channel. And that all really started as a podcast, but then it became a segment here on your show, and that's how we became lifelong friends. And Michael Maxnabi brought me in, and we had so much fun just kind of showcasing people and food of the Bronx. But all throughout my career as Baron Ambrosia, essentially any money I would make, I would buy airplane tickets with and do my exploration. I'd write about it. So I'd go to places like Yemen and Vietnam and kind of do these adventures and recording scientific knowledge in the field.
I know. I mean, I have the distinct pleasure of getting it on a personal level because we're friends. However, it's very fascinating what you do in the sense of where your interests lie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not like you're traveling to travel as a tourist. You're traveling in these rural areas. You're traveling in very dangerous areas. And as far as I'm concerned, you're not just an explorer. You're like an extremist, an extreme explorer, if that's even a term, because the things you do are like really out there.
Well, what's so exciting is our world is so vast, and I think in the West we get such a narrow perspective of how incredible the world is, and we kind of, you come in as a Westerner, it's like, oh, we're from America. Not realizing that these cultures have been there for thousands of years, and we've only been here for hundreds as a nation. But even in America, you had more people in North America and South America than there was in Europe when we go back to indigenous times.
Right.
And we kind of look, Native Americans, there was vast kingdoms here that were so bold, so brilliant. And that history has been kind of swept under the rug when we want to talk about these European explorers coming in and colonizing and changing this landscape. But history, the deep history, is not in our history books. It's up to us to go out and find it and tell those stories. And that's kind of what we do on Unexplained and Unexplored.
I know, and then you have this amazing co-host. I mean, we got two rugged hunks just out there acting like our version of Indiana Jones or the modern version of Indiana Jones.
Oh, we like to think ourselves as the thinking woman's adventurers,
Oh, I like that.
And that's why it's a very smart show. And that's one thing I will say. It is a very academic show. It has a lot of adventure, but you're going to learn. You're going to learn about ancient maps. You're going to learn about ancient spice routes, but you're also going to learn about the cutting edge technology we use to visit the same sites. So they say, well, why would you go look for, the Ark of the Covenant or to see if the Maya may have migrated to Florida? if someone's already did that 20 years ago, because now with side scan sonar, with LiDAR drones, we can see stuff beneath this building
Right.
that you might have not been able to find even 2 years ago, because the technology within archaeology is changing so quickly.
Right, and so just to give everyone a little, a better understanding of what he's referencing, because I was there at the premiere of Unexplained and Unexplored at the
Explorers Club,
and it was very fascinating because the topic of that particular episode was a ghost ship. And you guys were looking for a ghost ship in the middle of the desert.
Exactly. And why is that possible? Because our planet is constantly changing. And this ship that had treasure on it sailed up the Sea of Cortez, which is now the Gulf of California, into an ancient ancient giant lake called Lake Cahuilla. It's not there anymore. It dried out. It was 300 feet deep. So there's multiple ships that are just there because they may have got stranded, they might have sunk, and they were underwater. Now, they're just in the middle of the desert. But these are such remote places. You think, oh, how remote can California be? California has some remote locations, and there's stuff out there just waiting to be found.
So where did you gain access to these maps? Because I know you're doing everything based on these ancient maps. And I mean, the work that you guys are doing is kind of like reintroducing history to people.
Right. And you think, well, now we've got Google Earth. And that's what usually if I'm going to talk to someone about an expedition, I'll buy a map online and I'll study the map. And it's a new map. It's a relevant map. So why ancient maps? Because there's things on ancient maps that aren't there anymore.
Right.
So when you put those two things together, it's like, wait, this lake was there 400 years ago. Now it's not. Oh, so it's like within the old and the new, it's a snapshot of history.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get
And you
it.
compare the old with the new, then you bring the new tech, and it's like, whoa.
That's what's up. And so how many episodes are we in now?
There's 8 episodes. This Sunday night is one of the best episodes. We make some serious discoveries, and we're investigating the Maya, which are one of the greatest indigenous kingdoms, one of the greatest kingdoms in the history of our planet. In 900 AD, they abandoned a lot of their cities, and we try to figure out where they may have migrated to, and it leads us to Florida.
And it leads you to Florida. How interesting. Looking forward to that. And we are so grateful to you for coming back home to us and sharing
what a
all
great
of
place
this
to be
with our viewers.
And you have been, just obviously you're a dear friend to me, but also you are a national treasure. And just watching you, you really bring a life to BronxNet that I think is just absolutely incredible. And it's something that keeps me tuning in. I know keeps a lot of people tuning in because you have such a powerful spirit. And it just, not because I know you, but you're a pleasure to watch.
I appreciate
You're an absolute pleasure to watch.
I appreciate that. And
And,
now you guys can watch him on Sundays. That's
Yes.
right. At 10 o'clock
10
on
o'clock.
the Science Channel. That's the Discovery Science Channel. And once again, the show is Unexplained and Unexplored, airing Sundays, 10 p.m. on the Science Channel. And to watch the episodes online, you can visit sciencechannel.com. And for more information on Justin Fornal, you can visit justinfornal.com. All right, we have to take a quick break, but when we return, we'll bake things up with Cake Burgers founder Yvette Zayas. Don't go anywhere.